Have you ever looked at your calendar and just felt completely overwhelmed? It's packed with things you didn't really want to do, right? You get that knot in your stomach when someone asks for a favor and you just don't have the time or energy for it. Well, you are definitely not alone. So many of us are stuck in this people-pleasing trap, and it all boils down to one tiny little word we're afraid to use. Let's get into it.
Does this sound familiar? That moment where you hear yes leaving your lips, but inside your head, every single alarm is going off screaming no. You want to draw a line, you want to set a boundary, but you just can't shake that feeling that you'll be rude or guilty. That is the exact struggle we're going to unpack right here.
So why do we do this? Why is yes our default setting? Honestly, a lot of the time it just feels easier, doesn't it? It feels like the path of least resistance, the way to keep everybody happy. But it is a total trap, and it's one that leaves us feeling completely burned out.
To really understand this trap, we have to look at what's going on under the surface. It's not actually about the word no itself. It's about what we think will happen when we say it. So what's really holding you back? What are we all so afraid of?
Okay, these are the big three, and they're so powerful because at our core, we're wired to connect with other people. We want to be liked. We're taught from a young age to be helpful, to be agreeable. So the thought of disappointing someone or being seen as selfish or, and this is the big one, maybe even damaging a friendship, that fear is real, and it's what keeps us stuck in the yes cycle.
And here's the part we don't always stop to think about. This is the crucial trade-off we're making, usually without even realizing it. Every single time we give in to that fear, every time we agree to something that we know is just going to drain us, we're actually saying no to something else. We're saying no to our own time, no to our own energy, and no to our own peace of mind. It's this silent sacrifice that just builds and builds over time. So remember that. Every yes to someone else might just be a no to yourself.
So how in the world do we break out of this? Well, it all starts with a major mindset shift, a whole new way of thinking about the word no. It's not this big, negative, scary thing. It's actually about self-respect and clarity.
Let this one sink in for a second. Saying no doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you selfish. It makes you clear. You're being honest about what you can and can't do, what your priorities are. And you know what? Clarity is a gift, not just to yourself, but to the people around you too.
This really breaks down that mindset shift perfectly. The misconception is that boundaries are these giant brick walls we build to keep people out. But that's not it at all. The reality is they're more like a healthy fence around your property. They define your space, they protect your energy, and, most importantly, you have a gate. You get to decide who and what you let in.
And you know what? Here's the most important part of all. The people who genuinely care about you, the ones who value your well-being, they aren't going to be offended by your boundaries. They're going to respect them. A healthy no can actually make a relationship stronger because it's built on trust and honesty.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the why. Now let's get into the how. Let's get practical. You don't need some complex, dramatic strategy. You just need a couple of simple, powerful tools you can start using right away.
The key here is to stop over-explaining. Seriously, you don't owe anyone a 10-minute story justifying your no. All that does is give them an opening to argue or try to change your mind. The best no is almost always the simplest and the most direct one.
Here they are, two incredibly effective, totally guilt-free phrases. Let's look at them. I can't commit to that right now. See, it's honest, it's about your capacity at this moment. Or, that doesn't work for me. It's just a simple, clear statement of fact. No apology, no long story needed. They are respectful, but they are also final.
So what really happens when you start putting this stuff into practice? What's the payoff? Well, you start to get back all the things that constant people-pleasing slowly steals from you. At the end of the day, this is what it's all about. Every time you say a confident no to something that drains you, you are screaming yes to the things that actually matter. You are protecting your most valuable resources, your time, your energy, and your mental health. You're choosing you.
And remember, this is a skill. It's like going to the gym. It's going to feel a little awkward and clumsy the first few times, and that is totally okay. But the more you do it, the stronger that muscle gets and the more natural it feels. So start small, practice, and just watch how your confidence starts to grow.
So, I'll leave you with a challenge. Think about it right now. What is the very first thing you're going to say no to? It doesn't have to be some huge, life-altering decision. Even one small, simple no can be a massive yes to your own well-being. That's your first step.